Oh,
What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of the Dead Funny Podcast. I'm your host, Chris. Joined today, I'm my co-host, Kelsey and Brandon. And yeah, so we were talking about something, and rather than, try to run that whole spiel again, we had some technical issues there. So World of Final Fantasy is what I was telling Kelsey and them about before we, had to stop the podcast right quick and reset. So, as I said, it's all the enemies and some of just the normal, NPC, mobs, and they're all chibi, and, you capture them, and then whenever you capture them, they've just become, like I said, your Pokemon. You have, your own little, level up board. You can level them up. They'll, when they get to max level, they'll actually transform into an older version of themselves, so an evolution, if you will. All that fun stuff. It's pretty dope. I'm not gonna lie.
Is this a ripoff of Pokemon, or did Pokemon have something to do with making
No,
this?
Pokemon had nothing to do with making this whatsoever. The only thing that's different... Go ahead.
I was saying it's a ripoff.
The only thing that's different, and it's probably the weirdest part of the game, is they have a stacking feature. So in other words, there's a large, medium, and small category, and the monsters rank in that. So do your characters. So you play a little boy and a little girl, and if they're in their large form, which is their normal form, they're on the bottom. But if they're in their Lilican form, which is their little short chibi, because all the characters in there are short and chibi. All the Final Fantasy characters, everybody's chibi in the chibi world. They're called Lilicans. They're in the medium category. So what I mean by that is right now I'm using them in the large category. So I'm trying to think of things that you've actually seen. So I have a Bahamut, which you've seen, not Bahamut, but Bahamut, big purple tiger that Zack killed at the very beginning of Crisis Core. I have a baby version of that. And then I also have a baby Chocobo. So it's the girl, the baby Bahamut on top of her head, and then the Chocobo on top of his head. They literally stand like that. And when they're like that, their health and their attack and their mana pool is all together. So it's like one big pool. So there's a strategy to it, because you can hit unstack and they'll jump off the head and they'll all be single little targets. It's way easier to heal them when they're stacked together, but you also get more turns if they're unstacked as well. There's different reasons to stack. You get, even whenever you stack and you have two spells that could possibly go together, then for instance, since you've actually played Final Fantasy VII, now you've noticed that whenever you use a certain material so much, it upgrades to the next one. So fire goes to Fira, and then to whatever the third one is. Yeah, Firaga. There you go. Yeah, exactly. So if I had the kid where I put fire on him, and then I put a fire one on top and another fire one, my now new fire spell will be Firaga. Versus just fire.
Okay.
Which is the stacking mechanism. It's weird, dude. It's weird.
There's actually a game, I think, Stacking, and it is a game of, it's a story game with Russian nesting dolls, and you have to solve puzzles with Russian nesting dolls. And you have to you meet a Russian nesting doll who's like, "Hi, family," and you have to run around this thing and find his older sister, and then you jump inside, and then you're controlling her, and she can do stuff, and you run inside, and then you find your mom, and they both jump inside the mom, and then the mom goes and finds the dad. Russian
that sounds so
dolls.
weird.
It
sounds pretty. It sounds.
It
fun,
sounds,
but it sounds dirty.
Yeah, no, me explaining it sounds crazy dirty, but the game is actually very good. But it sounds like a cross between Pokemon, Final Fantasy, and this Russian stacking doll game, which I would never have put together on purpose. Whoever designed this, were they drunk? This is a weird concept.
I don't know, but I'm posting it in the DFU right now because I actually found a perfect picture. So there's one where the boy is in normal form, and then the girl is in the Lilican form. So she's in the small chibi form, so you can see she has a large beast under her because she is now small enough to fit into the medium slot. To where the boy is in the large slot because he's in his normal form, so he has a medium-sized Chocobo with the small-sized fox. So that's what they look like stacked. Like I said, they can unstack and fight separately as well, but whenever you go to heal, you have to heal each one of them individually. Or if I stack them and I pop a heal, it heals the whole tower as a whole.
So for the same cost, it heals the whole tower?
For the same cost. And there are enemies that have moves, and even yourself too, because enemies can stack if they want to go against you. There are moves where you can hit and topple somebody, and if you topple somebody before they get a chance to unstack and restack themselves, because if you unstack, it takes a full turn before you can stack again. So you can't just unstack, restack. So you have to be like very cautious about it. And for instance, like so to catch people, to catch other mirages is what they call them. To catch other mirages.
No, I'm officially lost. It just happened. I'm lost.
The monsters. They're called mirages. So to catch the other, like the chocobos and all that, you have to get them down to a certain point. But if you're stacked all the way up, your damage is going to be out the roof. So you'll just kill them instantly. Like I can't tell you how many chocobos I've just fucking slaughtered without actually capturing them.
You asshole.
It's not like I did it on purpose. So I wanted to catch them. I wanted them to be my friend. Anyways, so I'll unstack.
You killed them when they weren't? You're terrible.
I'll unstack. And then whenever I unstack, I can use just one of them to attack, and they're not as strong. So therefore, they'll be able to slowly weed them down to the point where I can actually attack them and then, capture them.
So this is a strategy puzzle-solving battle collection game?
Yeah, and this is not like a mobile game. This is like an actual full-on, like, purchase on Steam type game. I mean, it literally just
playing this in your free time rather than
it's what I'm
kind of like a phone game.
There's the little baby chocobo.
Yeah.
I thought you'd like that one. He's still got the egg on his head.
I mean, that is freaking adorable.
The best part is they all have either cute little stories or funny little stories for their backgrounds. So the chocobo with the egg on his head is the legend has been said that a chocobo egg can never crack twice. So this is now a new helmet for this little guy to use to headbutt because it will never crack. So it'll always keep him protected.
Oh, that's freaking adorable. Oh,
I caught a shark.
The,
I caught a shark last night.
The Chow's off Sonic.
Oh yeah. Oh okay. Yeah. Fair enough. Yeah, that's fair. But I caught this shark last night, and it was like its main goal is to star in a film called Chomper 2. ... There's currently not a Chomper 1. The best one that cracked me the fuck up was you caught this. It's called a oh my god, is it Revenge? I think it's a Revenge Foo, and it's like this little fox. And it was a Reaver Foo, or a Reefoo. Yeah, no, Reaver. It was Reaver. Reaver Foo. And I caught it, and it was sitting there talking about why is its name Reaver, you ask? Well, one, Reaver sounds awesome. But two, there was a huge screw up in the translation from the Japanese to English back in Final Fantasy III that went from River Foo to Reaver Foo. So here it is. And I was like, that's fucking hilarious. They're even laughing at themselves. That's great. I was like, I like that. That was great. But no, so for my stream,
really wholesome. Is this actually a game for kids?
Yeah, kids can play it. There's no violence in it whatever, besides just what you would see in Pokemon. Just them fucking battling each other with spells and shit. That's it. I mean, the kids fight too. I mean, she has a fucking dagger in her hand right there. The kids fight too, but you don't see blood or gore. There's no cussing or anything like that. It's very simple. It literally is just you just go out and capture shit. There's a story to it. It's not like there's not. I'm slowly running into Final Fantasy characters. I've met the Warrior of Light so far, which is the original OG from the first Final Fantasy. So, super sad about that. Can't wait till I see Cloud and Zack and Tifa. And that's what's cool, is that the summons in this game are the characters. So after you meet a character, you can buy their medallion, and then you summon them to come and do their ultimate move. So like Cloud shows up, does Omni Slash, and leaves. Cool. So, yeah, I'm super fucking pumped. But they're also part of the story, so there's lots of cutscenes where they're all there and shit like that. So, and they all have their own conflicts with each other and stuff, and the kids are just kind of there to see it happen and are like, what the fuck's going on here? So, but the game's great. Starts out in typical Final Fantasy fashion. Both the kids wake up and lost their memory and have no idea who they are. You know, nice. Typical Final Fantasy fashion. Most of the heroes never remember who they are. So, you know, it's got that going for it. Oh my gosh.
Also part of like Digimon or something like that?
I don't know. It's been so long since I've watched Digimon. So long, dude. I don't know. Possibly. Who knows? But yeah, and then I've also met Shiva and Ifrit. And
Are they cool?
They're little cuties. Yep, they're little cutie chibis. Aww. And the best part is that they were there with Rama as well, which is the lightning Aeon. And he was kind of like the leader of the pack. And so they're like, oh, yeah, you used to command us, but obviously you lost your power, so you'll have to show us that you're strong again before we'll let you rule us again. And then Shiva and Ifrit were both wanting to fight me. And then Rama's like, oh, obviously they lost their powers, so we'll just do one against them. So you can choose. And I was like, well, I want to choose Ifrit because he's always the first summon you get, so I feel like he should be the weakest. But he's been very fucking aggressive since I got here, and I feel like Shiva's been a little bit more laid back. So I'm going to go Shiva. I barely won. I'm glad I chose Shiva because someone that was watching my stream was like, Ifrit would have fucking destroyed you. Like, he's easily the hardest out of the three. They're like, Rama hits hard, but he's killable. Shiva was definitely the best pick. And I was like, well, I'm glad I chose Shiva. So
I love how much confidence people in your stream have of you. Oh yeah, Shiva would have destroyed you, you fucking idiot.
I mean, you find her or you do this so early in the game. Like, you literally get to the first town, and they're like, go in this cave underneath the town, and like clear out some of the mirages down there, and then you can capture some. And I was like, oh, okay, sweet. And I go down there, and you're down there for like 5 minutes, and then all of a sudden it's like, there's a big gate. If you go in there's something strong in there. Let's go. And I was like, all right, sweet. I'm probably gonna get my ass kicked. And I walk in there, and all of a sudden there's fucking 3 Aeons just staring me down. I'm like, well, this was a fucking bad idea. But the also cool part is like some of them, like for instance the Chocobo, they have a stroll ability, which means that they can actually walk around with you in the normal just walking around mode versus actually you having to throw or like use them only in battle. And they can actually find shit for you that you can't see. Or not all. Most of these things have secret abilities. So like the Moogle, for instance, whenever you get to like a small chasm, if I switch to my Lilican form, the small forms, we can hold hands and then the Moogle can actually pick us up and fly us from one edge to the other to get over like small spaces and shit that I can't jump. So like they all have like little things. Like I was in the cave and there's this gigantic rock and I switched to my rock golem and upgraded him to the heavy set dude, and he pulls out this fucking hammer and just knocks the fucking boulder right the fuck out the way. And I was like, let's go, dude.
Find this. How did this get in front of your face?
So I had heard about it for a while back when I first bought my Switch. I've been wanting to get it, but it was like a $60 game still, and I was like, well, I'm currently doing some other stuff on Final Fantasy, and I'm waiting for the remake to come out. I'm just gonna focus on what I got going on. And then now that I'm revamping my Switch and just kind of like hitting it hard again, I was like, I really want to pick a series because that's what a lot of people are doing, and they're having success with that. And like Tony's doing like the entire playthrough of all the Zelda games and stuff, and I was like, I want to do the entire playthrough of the Final Fantasy games. That would be fun for me because a lot of those I've played once, and some of them I haven't even gotten all the way to the end yet. And I would like to go back and play the classics. Whether I actually play 7 or not, since I've played it on stream to completion and the remake on stream to completion, that I might skip. I don't know. We'll see. But I was like, I want to go ahead and go back to 1. So 1 and 2 are on the PSN, which is PlayStation Network for those of you who don't know. And I was really excited about it, but apparently they're not compatible with the 4. So you can't even find them in the store on the 4. And I was like, well, fuck me. I wanted to start with 1 or 2. Well, they have 3, the remastered version. So I was going to be like, all right, cool. At least I'll just start with 3. But then I saw World of Final Fantasy got knocked down to $14, and then it was like $34 to get the one with all the DLC. And I was like, well, that's still cheaper than it was full price. And I was like, well, fuck. I'll put it as a vote in my Discord and on my Twitter. So I did that, and everybody voted for World of Final Fantasy. So I went ahead and just got World of Final Fantasy.
That's really cool.
Yep.
So you have engagement then with your followers. That's
really
absolutely.
Cool. Yeah. Yep, because I'm getting some banners done. I'm going to be working on some subscriber badges here soon and stuff like that too. I got an artist that's working on that. She is in my Discord for those of you who are in there. If you want to do some work with her, always just let me know and I'll go ahead and set something up for you. But I'm definitely trying to revamp things, get them all nice, neat, and looking, and kind of move forward with that, which is going pretty well so far. So yeah, I decided new stream, new game. Let's pick something, and I let the community pick for me, and that's what we came back with. And I was like, all right, cool. We'll do World of Final Fantasy, and then once I beat that, we'll switch to good old Final Fantasy 3 and start going from there. Or maybe by then they'll have Final Fantasy 1 and Final Fantasy 2 purchasable. At least on the Switch would be great. I mean, they're old digital. The Switch could definitely handle it. But because they came out. It was called Final Fantasy Origins, and it was for $15, and you got Final Fantasy 1 and 2 together. So I was like really wanting that. But once again, like I said, they don't have that available anymore. So might have to go buy a PlayStation 3 or some shit. I don't know. We'll have to just wait and see. I don't know. But what really got me to it was I've been playing, is it Rivis. I don't know. It's one of the phone games, and I've been seeing it on my Facebook for fucking ever. And usually, like, I don't get big into mobile games, but some of Square Enix games have been really, really good. I showed you that picture because it's got Zach in it. You can see little Lilican Zach. But anyways, since that's your crush, yeah, I know, right? But yeah, I've been playing that one because I saw like a lot of stuff for promotions, and it was like, right now we're doing the Advent Children promotion, da 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 da, and I was like, all right, sweet, I gotta go fucking check this out. And I ended up fucking getting Cloud and getting him mastered all the way up to like level fucking 7. And he's just dominating everything. And I was like, okay, so I've been addicted to my phone for like the last fucking 4 days, and I was like, all right, I'm just in a Final Fantasy mood. I gotta give me something. Let's do something here, because I'm trying to take a break from the remake due to the fact that like I know I'm about to go into hard mode, and I know I'm just gonna hate myself. Like, I just know it. I know it's gonna happen. I'm gonna be so upset. But I see so many people where they've like maxed out all their materia and maxed out their characters. And I saw this one that literally was like maxed out all his characters and everything, and he maxed out the deadliest dodge, and so he just does a dodge with Cloud and like literally just slaughters everything around him. I'm seeing people doing challenges where they purposely turn themselves into a toad for the final fight against Sephiroth and beat Sephiroth as Toad.
What the heck?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, it's fucking nuts. And I mean, I literally watched one guy for 20 minutes, and he didn't take any damage from Sephiroth at all. Didn't take a single hit, and completely destroyed Sephiroth as Toad Cloud. I was like, bruh.
That is a level of mastery I do not have. Also, I don't care to get. Like, I don't want to put in the time to do that. I have better shit to do.
I was like, holy fuck.
That's amazing.
But yeah, World of Final Fantasy.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it was pretty interesting just to see what people are kind of doing with the game. It's cool to me. The reason why I think it's cool, I mean, because I'm kind of right there behind you. Like, I'm never going to get to that point where I care enough to do that. But what's cool to me is like that's kind of the new norm for video games, is finding different ways to do it, finding these challenges and being the first to claim it, and to see that my game, like my favorite game of all time that finally got a remake 27 years later, is now having this happen to it, where like people are coming up with these challenges and shit, and it's just fitting right into the new age gaming. Like I love seeing that. So I'm completely fine with it. It's like fucking find more challenges. I'll watch them. I'll support it. It's fine. I'm okay with that. Speed runs, frog runs, whatever. Don't care. Let me see it. Let's do it.
Frog runs.
Yeah. Apparently that's what everybody's fucking doing right now. So I'll never forget the first time I turned into a frog. I was like, okay, I got to find a way to take damage and turn everybody into a frog. I was like, I want to see Tifa's frog. I want to see Barrett's frog. I want to see Aerith's frog. I want to see everybody's fucking frog. Like, let's do this. I love Barrett's frog. He's just running around. He's got that little thing on his fucking arm. I was like, oh, look at little Barrett. Look at little Barrett. So... and then there's so much fan art too where people are like, they did it wrong, they should have done this, and it's like a humanoid frog. I'm like, I like what they did better. I like what they did better. It's fun, it's hilarious, it sticks true to the old game. It's okay, we're okay with it.
I knew it could happen in this game, and I knew it would happen, but the first time it did, but I was very surprised and confused, and I think I yelled out loud, like, what the fuck is this? My poor husband was trying to sleep, so I don't think he appreciated that.
Kelsey's like,
and
what?
Coming downstairs being like, what are you yelling about? Me being like, frogs! It was not helpful either.
Oh my god. Yeah, no, it was, it's been fun. Like I said, I'm about 3 streams into it so far. One of the things that I'll say is interesting about the game, and I'm pretty sure it's like that with Pokemon too. Well, I know with Pokemon, it's like if you attack with a certain, element or whatever, in which they do have elements in this game too. But if you attack with like a certain element, they'll do more damage. In this one, there's certain things you have to do to capture certain ones. So like the first time I found a Moogle, I couldn't capture it, and it was pissing me off because I wanted to capture the Moogle. I was like, I want the fucking Moogle. Why can't I have the fucking Moogle? And I kept trying and trying and trying. I couldn't get it. And then I found out that you have this skill called Libra. And if you use it, it will tell you everything about the thing. It's like, it does this damage. It's weak to this kind of damage. It's got this much health. And at the bottom, it tells you, in order for the prism to start, you have to do this. Some people, it's just damage them. Some people, it's damage them with a specific element. With the Moogle, it was damage it, get it to almost dead, then heal it up to full. And then the prism will start. And then as you damage it back down, then you'll be able to catch it. And I was like, oh, okay. So, yeah.
I'm so grateful for Wikipedia because on the when it comes time or like in games where I'm just like, I want this. I know I can get this. Why is this here and why can't I reach it? I have tried everything I can do to reach it, and then I can just Google it, and it's like, yeah, you can't get to this at this point of the game, and I'm like, cool. Now I'm not crazy angry because if I was playing in the '80s, I would just like throw myself at the stupid grate trying to get the thing on the other side of it for 15 hours and then rage quit, and that is not how you do that.
Dude, Wikipedia has been my goddamn best friend with that fucking phone game. There, and I kid you not, is like 40 fucking currencies. Every time I log in, I get a new kind of currency.
Jesus
and I'm like,
Christ.
what do I even use this for? I don't even know anymore.
Terrible.
Like you summon characters with tickets. Some tickets summon 10 characters. Some tickets summon 1 character. Some tickets summon 5 characters. Some summon 4 stars, 5 stars, 7 stars, 2 stars, 1 star. It's all over the place. And that's not even currency. Like the other currencies are like gil, which is normal. There's lapis stones, all kinds of item materials. There's probably 40 different kinds of tickets you can get. And every time they come out with a new fucking like, oh hey, we're celebrating Advent Children. Now there's Advent Children tickets. It's like motherfuck me. That only work for Advent Children. I'm like, bruh. Every time I log in, like I literally just today I logged in. It's like here's 20 purple tickets, and I was like, okay. And I went to Wikipedia, and I guarantee you my last Google search is FF Exodus or whatever the fuck it's called. What do I spend purple tickets on? I guarantee you that's my last Google thing. And it brought me straight to a wiki page. It's all like, you use them to upgrade your player slots. And I'm like, thank you. Now I don't have to spend 20 hours on the phone trying to be like, where the fuck do I go with this? I have 20 of them. I want to spend them. I don't even know what they do, but they're burning a hole in my fucking imaginary pocket. They gotta go. They gotta go. So, yeah, that game is fun. And it's cool. What I'll say about that game is that they did it very smart in a way that for people like me, who it's like, I love Final Fantasy, but I extremely love 7. It analyzes the players that you use as your main team, because the first 2 people you play with, I don't even think are actual fucking Final Fantasy characters. I think that they're just created for that game. They're always there for the campaign, but for the fighting, it's the team that you assemble. So obviously I was like, well, fuck these 2 guys. And I immediately grabbed Cloud. And I'm like, get out of here. Like, that's done. I'm done with you. So then I was running around as Cloud. But then shit started getting hard because all these fucking monsters, and you can have up to 5 people on your roster. And I'm just running around with fucking Cloud. And he's getting his ass kicked. I'm like, what the fuck? So then I started seeing like up in my dailies and stuff, I started getting chances for Kate Sith and Red 13 and Tifa and Barrett. And it was like, it caters to who you normally go after for those series, and then starts throwing those series a little bit more your way. And I was like, oh, well, that's pretty fucking cool. So now I've got
Good of them to recognize the loyalty that the players have, because you don't necessarily want Sid from a different game when you're like, I don't know who the fuck you are. I don't know why you're here.
Exactly, 100%. So
people with more games with that.
my team is stupid. It's literally Cloud from Advent Children, Tifa from Advent Children, so both of them from the movie, and then I've got Kate Sith from the game. I've got Barrett from the game, and then I've got Cloud from the game. So I've got 2 Clouds on my team, and they look completely different. But I love the Advent Children one the most, because whenever he wins and they do the victory noise, he jumps on his motorcycle, he puts his sword inside the motorcycle where it goes, and then he just pulls out sunglasses and puts them on. I'm like, yeah. He's like, okay, I'm done.
You love the slight asshole characters. Those are your favorites.
He looks so cool. I'm like, yeah. But the reason why I was happy I got him is because he actually has a full HD summon, because it's a pixelated game. But whenever he goes to do, or not his summon, his Omni Slash. So whenever he does his Omni Slash that's from the movie, it actually does a full HD version of Cloud. And he does an Omni Slash all over your phone screen. And then it like destroys your entire screen. And then it comes back to him doing it as the pixel and killing the monster. I was like, yeah. Pretty fucking cool. First time I think I've actually heard Japanese Cloud in a while, too. Because he started speaking and I was like, okay, I'm not used to that voice. I was like, I don't know what he's saying. So I'm just going to go ahead and say what I want to say. And it's canon. And that's whatever I'm fighting is now dead. Because I literally found out whenever I joined, I got like this like fucking crazy bonus bundle or some shit that came along with it. And I literally had to pay like $1 for it. It was crazy. That's all I spent on that game so far. It's just $1. And the game was free. And it gave me all this EXP shit. It's all like, make sure that you're smart and put this around to all your characters. Fuck no, dude. I hyper leveled the shit out of Cloud. Hyper leveled the fuck out of Cloud.
Surprise.
Yeah. So it's like
completely shocked.
So it's like I'm dealing with monsters that would normally take me like, you normally do like 4 rounds every level that you go onto. And a round should probably take me around like 2 to 3 minutes to beat with all 5 of my characters attacking. Where with Cloud, I literally am going in there and it's like I'll have three monsters. And I'll have Tifa, Barret, Kate Sith, and then Cloud, Final Fantasy VII Cloud, attack one monster and they won't even kill it. And then I'll have Advent Children Cloud that I hyper leveled the fuck out of use his fusion sword level 4 and it kills 2 monsters in one go within like a second. And then I'll let them attack the other one again and then it's still not dead and then I just let Cloud finish it off. I'm like, good job, guys. Good game, team. Good game. You guys were here. You participated. Congratulations.
Distractions.
Pretty much, dude. Pretty much. It's nuts. And then I found out there's another Cloud. They got Cloud from Kingdom Hearts in there. And I'm like, dude, if I had a team just full of Clouds, that would be fucking amazing. Although, I don't want that. I'm trying to get Red 13. On my 14th login, I'll have enough tickets to get Red 13. And then I got to start saving to get Vincent, I think. I don't know. I'm stuck between Vincent, because Red 13 is going to take the place of Cloud from Final Fantasy VII. And then I'm going to use Vincent or Zach. I haven't decided yet. I think Zach, but to take over the spot of Barret, because Barrett's not that high on my favorite list. So, and I feel like I should go Zach because I know, right? I feel like I need Zach because I need like the OG representation of the Buster Blade because the Cloud that's hyper leveled is the fusion sword. So I feel like I need Zach, but we'll see. I love Zach. I love Zach. And I know we're not going to talk about this too much right now, but I do have to say this.
You're not going to talk about it at all.
I do have to say this. I'm not a fan of his voice actor. That's all I'm saying. The new voice actor, not a fan of.
What the heck?
I like the voice actor from Crisis Core way more. That's all I'm saying. It was on my mind because I just got through watching a video about it. That's all I'm saying. We'll talk about that more in the review show. But in the remake, I'm not a fan of the new voice actor. I'm just letting it out there now. I like the old one. The old one fit the Zach personality perfect, in my opinion. So, but we'll get there. We'll get there. Hopefully they get set up next week. I'm trying.
You and I have very different groups. About. I'm looking forward to that review show. I think we're gonna have a good time.
I think it's gonna be really weird to see us on 2 different sides of the table going at it on this. So it's gonna be interesting for sure. I'm excited. I know Mike's got his own takes and shit too. I just love the text message I get from Mike where it's like, okay, and this won't ruin anything for anybody because obviously this is talk about the original game, but it's just like, okay, who is Zach? And why is he wearing Cloud's outfit and has Cloud's sword? And I was like, well, technically it's the other way around. And I like tell him a little bit about it. I was like, since you didn't actually finish it, and I tell him a little bit about it, and I told him to go watch the anime episode, and he's like, what the fuck? My entire life has been a lie. And I was like, no, Cloud's entire life has been a lie. He's like, all right, that was fair. I was like, sorry, dude, I had to do it to you.
Love that.
Oh my gosh. He was like, they're wearing the same outfit. It doesn't make sense. And I was like, that's Soldier First Class outfit. Yes, they are wearing the same outfit.
That's what you get for not finishing the game.
Yeah, just a little bit. And then you just dive into the remake. It's like, what the fuck? Oh, man. That shit cracked me up. Whenever he was finished in the game, I'm literally just sitting in his stream, and he's just, like, going off at the top of his lungs. He's like, what? What is this? What? Who's that? I'm just texting away like, oh, God, you're such a noob right now. It's great, dude. I'm loving this.
That's the Dead Funny University, and he'll learn what he needs to know.
Well, he did start watching it before the remake came out, and then the remake came out, and I kind of dominated his time. So, because he was like, I guess I'm not going to get to the game fast enough, so I guess I should go watch some of those and try to hyper knowledge my way through the game right quick.
Yeah, that'll help.
Oh, man. Some good times, though. Some good times.
What is this?
It was pretty fucking funny. Oh, All right. Well, before we wrap it up here, there was one thing that we were talking about, and I just want to end it with this question. If you had to pick one cartoon from your childhood, this is a conversation we had off camera. One cartoon from your childhood to watch over now. You get the entire series. There you go. Entire series. Or one that, let's even say, you would want to show to your kid versus the dumb shit that's on TV these days. What would it be? One cartoon.
I only watched like one cartoon, so I have my obvious answer.
I forgot that Kelsey grew up in Little House on the Prairie. Jesus Christ.
I did fucking not. I grew up with a TV. I was just very restricted on what I was allowed to watch. And there weren't a lot of cartoons on the History Channel, everybody.
She had homemade clothes, the white picket fence. She had to go out.
I know people like now in my life that legitimately have homemade clothes. Stop your nonsense.
She had to go out and fucking, scythe down the wheat in the morning. Bringing in the crops, Mom and Dad. And then got to run down the street to the...
I have no idea how much farming happens in northern Idaho.
Then she had to run down the street to the white wooden house that was the school and go meet up with all the kids for the school.
Yes, the schoolhouse was one room. On the weekends they had weddings there. It's called the Hitchin' Post. Yeah.
Oh, God.
One part of that is accurate.
I'm going to go ahead and guess the Hitchin' Post.
Yeah, I actually know somebody who's gotten married at the Hitchin' Post.
Oh, Jesus
I told my
Christ.
husband and he was like, I'm physically like,
Yeah, that's disgusting.
He was very upset by that.
Yeah, that marriage isn't going to last. I'm just kidding.
It did not.
Oh,
You're
okay.
correct.
Never mind.
Oh.
Fucking go! Guess that shit. Let's go.
Oh my God, dude.
So since I only watched like one cartoon, my answer to your question is going to be Scooby-Doo. But in case you're like, but Kelsey, Scooby-Doo's still going on. I know. I figured this
They can
out,
still
but
go
they
on, that's
changed
fine.
everything, and I want the original Scooby-Doo back.
That's fair. That's fair.
She sold you to food.
Oh,
I didn't
man.
hear what you said, so I'm not sure if I should be taking offense, but I'll glare at you in case I should be.
There you go.
Me?
Yeah, always err on the side of caution with Brandon.
Yeah. Oh, okay, well, I retract my glare and I apologize.
Oh, you're fine.
Oh, man. Yeah, I don't know. I think I'd have to go with what I was talking about earlier before we started recording. I think
you
Sonic.
Tell the people what that is.
Yeah,
You
I
weren't
think
there.
it would be Sonic. I don't remember exactly which. I think it was just the Sonic the Hedgehog series, because there was Sonic and then there was another one. There's not Sonic Underground. That was trash. That was trash. But I think it was just Sonic the Hedgehog series.
Sonic Underground.
Yeah, Sonic Underground was like there was a queen hedgehog who gave birth to 3 hedgehogs, and then she had to hide them away in secret, and she gave them all medallions, and the medallions were instruments, and they could use the instruments to play rock music to fight back against Robotnik. And it was like Sonic the blue hedgehog, then the pink hedgehog, and then the green hedgehog. It was
I
terrible.
saw one episode and then it just like disappeared.
No, it had a couple seasons. It did.
I
Unfortunately.
saw one. Whatever channel we watched it on, it was like they showed that, and then I guess it was just that bad, and they just put regular Sonic back on.
Yeah, and then there was the
It sounds
Sonic
like
where
they were just like, we're gonna try to make band kids cool and relatable and give them superheroes, and the best they could do was a multicolored hedgehog.
yeah.
Sonic was hot back then, dude.
And then he had a lot of cartoons. And then there's the Sonic where he was like living with all the forest animals, and Dr. Robotnik had the Metallic City. That one I liked a lot too, and I think that one's just called Sonic. That one I'd be okay with, but I think I would want my kids to watch the Sonic the Hedgehog series, because at the end it had the PSAs, the Sonic Says. Those always cracked me up, where it's at the very end, and it would always be like the fucking the little Robotnik robots doing something that, related to real life for once, and it was all like, when you see this happening, kids, Sonic says. Yeah, it was pretty great.
I remember that.
Don't get in a van with strangers. Yeah, that was my favorite one. It was Tails, where like they were driving by with a van that said free candy on it, and Tails just comes flying up and is like, "Ooh, I want candy," and Sonic says. don't go to strangers' vans. And he just walks up and is like, Tails, you don't know who this is. He could have took you away and took you away forever. And then he just rips them like the mustache or something off the robot. He's like, oh, that's one of Dr. Robotnik's robots. He's like, exactly. And it's just like, it's so good. But hey, at the same time, anytime I saw a band with free candy, I was like, haha, fuck you, Dr. Robotnik. I never saw one, but you know.
What neighborhood did you grow up in?
Houston, Texas was an interesting place. That's all I gotta say.
You're full of free candy vans. This is so creepy.
Oh man, that would be mine, Brandon.
Tom and Jerry.
Yeah.
God damn.
Tom and Jerry.
Love Tom and Jerry.
He's
I
going
can watch that all day.
old school. Holy shit, dude.
But like Tom and Jerry was good, and they can still run most of those. There's an occasional really problematic racist thing in the background, but in general, it's still pretty good.
Oh my god, that's like if you watch those old like racist stuff. Oh my god, it's so bad, but like Jesus Christ, it's funny. It's like
there's a YouTube channel. There's a YouTube channel called "How Did Cartoon Network Get Away with This?" Some of that shit will blow your mind, dude. Some of that shit will blow your mind. I was watching so many episodes and I was like, as a kid, I mean, to be fair, this didn't even hit me. Like, I literally didn't. Like, I know for one, they showed this one cartoon that I watched all the time growing up, which was Courage the Cowardly Dog. And it was like this fucking ghost that was like a little bit way more animated than everybody else, so it kind of looked like an actual human, and it had like pieces falling off it. And it's like, how the fuck did Cartoon Network get away with this? And it's like, that's fair. Like, I'm surprised that didn't give me fucking nightmares when I was a kid. Like, holy shit, that's a fair point. That's a fair point. Yeah, Tom and Jerry, dude.
Like,
fuck.
I don't even know. I don't know. Shit, it was crazy back then how much shit flew, actually. Like, murder. Like, there was murder left and right in those old TV shows and cartoons.
Yeah, there absolutely was.
It reminds me of people talking.
Wasn't there like a Dexter's Laboratory?
Yeah, Dexter's Secret Laboratory or whatever. Yeah.
Dexter's.
Yeah,
Him and
I think
his sister
I
Dee Dee.
snuck a few episodes of that, and it was pretty good.
That show's awesome.
You laughing at me saying I snuck a few episodes of that?
Well, I started laughing because of that, and I started laughing because of something else.
There's like one episode where like I think Dexter's like sneaking around or something like that to get back home, and like he sneaks into his neighbor's house to get like to his house, whatever. And, like on the dude's wife's ass is like dad stroking. I'm like, as a kid, I was like, oh, okay, trophy, whatever, just some joke, just riding on the butt. Like now, I'm like, oh,
like, shit.
Or it was the snowball episode, the snow episode, and like he gets like he hides behind somebody, they're like making out, whatever, and he's like, second faith. It's like, me too, brother. And I was like, I didn't get that as a kid, but now I'm like, oh, I was like, oh god.
Appreciated in high school. One of my
run later.
Yeah, one of my school professors was like, "You get it? There is no in between." And he's like, you can make a whole bunch of jokes in front of people that don't know what's going on, but he's like, the moment they start chuckling, you know that they get it. And that's a problem. So you can take really young kids to like dirty shows at the Renaissance Fair. He's like, once they start laughing, then you need to take them away and not show them this anymore.
That's fair. Good Lord. All right, well, we're going to go ahead and wrap it there on a little bit of a time schedule. So if you guys enjoyed this content, make sure you like and subscribe. Also, hit that notification button so that way you get notified next time we upload another video. Hit us in the comment section below. We've got some new ideas and stuff coming out. On our last podcast, we talked about doing some possible Minecraft content, excluding Brandon. And, we already... because you... Bro, get out of here. You know why you get out of here.
I don't know why him.
No, I'm not.
This guy... You fucking hate Minecraft.
I don't... When did I ever say I hate Minecraft?
I could have swore to God, me and you had a conversation about this. And you're like, ugh, Minecraft, man, I guess. Okay, well, I'll be sending a message to you to let you know.
Brandon, then we start making shit up.
I'll send a message to you and let you know what ideas we've got cooking. But there might be some Minecraft content coming. I'm not gonna for sure say there is in case it doesn't. But there might be some Minecraft content coming. Anyways. But, yeah, and that right there just goes to show. If you guys, want to see something, say something in the comments below, and maybe it might happen, maybe it might not. Who knows? But, Also, we have the Twitters and the Twitches down there. Make sure to hit us up on those as well if you want a more direct form of communication. But at the end of all this, I hope you guys have a great rest of your week. We will see you next time.